As technology advisors, our key activities was first to do a technical audit of the startup solutions before they were accelerated.
The importance of setting up these systems and standards early on.
We packaged together, customized a curriculum with our team at IPF Softwares to create a training.
It was very valuable for us to understand the softwares that we're building as tech companies.
We learned how we can build a product to be able to scale and how we can retain our key staffs, especially the developers.
I think we are onto something as a country generally, and looking forward to the next phase of Pesatech Accelerator.
Wait, let's take it from the top. Welcome to the Pesatech Accelerator program. Since 2022, we have been on a journey to help these startups grow. As IPF Softwares, we are so excited to share our story. In our first cohort, in partnership with Sahara Ventures, we were onboarded as technology advisors. This experience taught us invaluable lessons as we facilitated a successful technical bootcamp. Fast forward to 2023-2024 and our second cohort began. This time, UNCDF partnered with Anza Entrepreneurs, bringing us back as technology advisors. Our mission was clear: to conduct technical audits, create customized curriculums, and train the startup teams.
The Pesatech program was founded by UNCDF with the mission to empower and help fintech startups in Africa, specifically starting with Tanzania, to grow. The program started in 2022, and the first cohort, in partnership with Sahara Ventures, we got onboarded as technology advisors in the project alongside other partners. Now, the first cohort was a success with so much great lessons that went through the entire journey, from onboarding, reviewing, and doing a technical audit to a successful technical bootcamp that we facilitated during the first cohort, and that was 2022. 2023-2024, the second cohort started. Now this time, UNCDF in partnership with NMB and as entrepreneur, and alongside other partner, we were onboarded again to be part of as technology advisors. Our key activities was first to do a technical audit of the startup solutions before they were accelerated. We then create a customized curriculum and program to train the teams.
IPF Softwares joined the program in the very beginning. I would say immediately after the call for applications had been posted out, right? And we were there to kind of conduct a technical assessment of the 20 pre-selected startups from all the applications. We did, first of all, an interview with each of them. And in the interview, all we wanted to know was a lot more about how the product came about, the kind of team that participates in building that product, and mostly what problem are they aiming to address and how do they think they addressed it with the solution they presented. So after the interview, we had to get access to, I would say they provided demo accounts, and our team get to experience the apps from a user's point of view and, kind of provide our 2 cents on it. So after the interviews, finally conjure up a report, first of all, individually for each startup, addressing their areas of weaknesses, even strengths, like what we found very commendable, but mostly we got to recommend on what it is they can improve on how they currently did things to even make something better. During the assessment, I would say we had a few major checkpoints, some of which I can mention. First of all is value delivery, like what you're saying you're solving. Does your solution reflect that? Do all the features really add up to addressing your stated pain point, right? And the second thing we were checking was the process, okay? Because the process plays a huge part in the products that we are going to get. So is it like, are we on standards, or if not, how below or how above are we from those standards? On processes, we were also diving deeper into the technical processes, that is the DevOps, also checking their code quality in terms of how they organize that writing. Another thing we were checking is what we say user experience. from a user's point of view, what can be improved here? What could be done better? Is this button really in the right place? Does it make sense to call this section this name? Is it that clear to the user as you think?
Some common challenges almost every startup that we reviewed, we found they lacked processes. The integration between operations and management of teams, that was a problem, and I think it's a common issue that's known, the scarcity of talent and managing the development of solutions. So some startups were using freelancers. We got some issues, founders having challenges dealing with developers and things like that. So most solutions already there are some place, but the scalability was a little bit difficult. So those are some of the common issues that we got through.
One of the two major observations. First, a lot of solutions prioritize functionality over how things look, that is the user interface. So it's not a bad thing to have a product that's working properly. We need to also realize it's equally important to have things that look appealing to the user, because both things working properly and things looking good, add up to that overall user experience that we're generating. And I feel like it was reflected as in most teams really they skip the design process or probably even lack a professional designer in their team. And another thing we observed was we had a lot of those solutions presented as mobile apps, right? They are very fundamentals in terms of how we implement these mobile solutions that we realized a lot of the teams were not addressing. One major observation was these people had no such thing as a project schedule. At least most of them didn't, all right? They did not have a set time for some set meetings. Probably if they did, there was no clear agenda. And most of all, they didn't have, I would say, a proper setup to document whatever it is they're discussing, a place where we refer to as one single source of truth that we could say we're putting down here the progress of our product, right? But then again, I would love to stress the importance of setting up these systems and standards early on, especially when we have small teams, because it's easier to manage, it's easier to navigate. And this helps us as we are growing, because that's what we are looking to do, to be able, to kind of onboard new people once others leave, right? We also realized a lot of people are not familiar with the project management methodologies. Some are practicing, but they don't know if they are. Some are familiar with the theories, but really they have a hard time setting things up and getting things rolling, right? So we did realize a gap in that area too. And that's one of the things we addressed in the technical workshop bootcamp that we did.
Now, with those issues, we packaged together, customized a curriculum with our team at IPF Softwares to create a training for them. And this was distributed in 2 times. The first one was the bootcamp that was held outside of the city, and it was a 3 days bootcamp. And another one was in a webinar setup. And all these had different themes. So the first one was more on people and processes, on how technology founders can be able to empower their team with proper talent, how they can be able to hire and retain talent, but as well we explored some different methodologies for them to be able to manage their teams well, so their project and deliverable. And as well we had an opportunity to explore Partners API, and this time was NMB Sandbox, then followed by 3 intensive webinar sessions with the founders. It was categorized in 3 areas, the first segment that we had. This one, it was about training the developers and the implementing team in 3 areas, how they can be able to implement better user experience as developers, whether they've been given a design or not, how they can be able to better use the user experience and create solutions that are usable to improve usability. Then the second session was on mobile development, best practices on mobile development. The third webinar was centered around infrastructure management and DevOps. So we are talking about continuous integration, continuous deployment, and how they can be able to put together the infrastructure ready to scale. So that was trained by Nelson Malekela, who is an experienced DevOps engineer and has so much passion in management of infrastructure and everything in between cloud.
Tanzania Limited was incorporated about 9 years ago. We are a transport network company. We deal with transport network and distribution. One of our flagship products is My Safari. My Safari is a comprehensive end-to-end booking platform that serves both passengers, bus operators, and gives visibility to authorities. We had a 5 days retreat in Bagamoyo where we learned how to build scalable systems, scalable softwares, all the way from the database level to the front-end level. It was an eye-opening skill-building session where IPF did a wonderful job in training us, even those of us that had no idea on stacks, on technology and how it works. It was very valuable for us to understand the softwares that we're building as tech companies, the inner workings and the inner mechanisms of building a software that can scale and have a solution that can be adapted by the mass.
After the technical training, we had another privilege to participate on the commercial training that was led by ANZA Grow Your Business. We had an opportunity to talk to different stakeholders and to meet different coach and mentors who have shared their skills and experience on the business arena. Not only the commercial part, but also we deep dive into the regulation and compliance issue.
We took some of our team members to go and attend these sessions. Them coming back, we could see they're now learning communication skills. They're now learning how to use KPI tools, all right? They are more forward-thinking, more verbal in meetings, all right? It gets you on the company aspect that now we can be able to be investor ready.
Simplify VFD is a digital platform which offers a digital solution for businesses in Tanzania to be able to offer and issue tax EFD receipts directly from their phone, whether via our mobile application, our web application, or our WhatsApp chatbot with access to the internet, or over USSD shortcode for those who don't have access to the internet. We Simplify are proud and honored to be part of the second cohort of the Pesatech Accelerator in the year 2024. Through the Accelerator, we have participated in workshops, bootcamps, and assessments which have given us more knowledge and insights on how to run and operate our startups. The team from IPF Software has covered a wide range of the technical aspect of running and operating a startup in Tanzania. These include tech talent, recruitment and retention, managing of technical debt, together with the operation and managing of projects within a startup, which has overall helped to increase the technical efficiency of our operations and added value to our business as a fintech startup.
At Amala, we have a vision to enable all Africans to be financially included, and we are doing this by automating the operation of the financial institutions. Our flagship product is Amala Core Banking System, which is a back office system to manage the operation and portfolios of the financial institutions. We also have a mobile app we call Amala Yangu, where the clients and members of SACCOs access their financial informations and financial services. They can be able to apply for loans, they can do repayments, they can do transfers of their fund from one saving account to another, and other information accessible through the mobile app. This is our first time that we attended the Pesatech Accelerator. So far we have done 3 workshops. The first workshop was conducted by IPF Softwares, where we learned how we can build a product to be able to scale and how we can retain our key staffs, especially the developers. And the second workshop and third workshop was done by ANZA entrepreneurs. The second and third workshop will learn on the business side the important things as leaders we should be able to put in place in our business so that we can guarantee the growth of the business. What I liked about how IPF Softwares conduct their training is the level of engagement. They don't act like teachers. They don't act like they know everything. They share their experience, they share their knowledge, but also they provide a room for the startup to share their knowledge and experience.
I believe if there's going to be cohort 3 is going to be more impactful, more powerful, and we believe the fintech space in our country is going to be upskilled just based on the solution that we've seen. So much passion, so much technical capabilities from the founders, and I think we are onto something as a country generally, and looking forward to the next phase of Pesatech Accelerator.
So, yeah, as IPF said, be agile, 10 times better.
So the fintech cake is big. It's really, really big, and I encourage each one of you to take a piece of it. IPF Software's 10 times better.